Good day, everybody. My name is Paul Harrington. I'm the host here for the Decor Academy now webinar. and we're going to be exploring Your Cucina. We have 3 guest speakers today. We have Marcos, Mick, and Bev, and I'll have y'all just introduce yourself.
Hi everybody, I'm Bev McGill. I'm part of the dealer development team, and I've been with Decor for a little over 1.5 years.
Hey everyone, Mick Payne is my name, also part of the dealer development team here at Decor Cabinets. And yeah, I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to travel to Your Cucina, so yeah.
Hello everybody, my name is Marcos Gaubert. I am the Director of Marketing for Decor, and that was my 2nd year at Your Cucina. It was a fantastic experience. So just to share a little bit the way this webinar is going to be going today, we're going to start by sharing our impressions about the whole thing, the trip, how was the experience to be there, and then we're going to dive into some trends and some of the things we've seen throughout the show there. So to start off, I'm going to share my experience with Your Cucina, and then I'm going to pass along to my friends here. That was my 2nd time at Your Cucina. Your Cucina is pretty much, I think it is the biggest kitchen trends and trade show in the world in terms of like launching new things, launching new products. That's the place to be. It happens in Milan every other year, and yeah, we can see all the trends and all the new things that are coming there. Normally we have a small delay to see here in North America what's happening there. Every time they launch something there, we see here 2 years after, or 3 sometimes, yeah, something like that. This time around was a very cool experience, because for us here at Decor it was the first time we brought along some designers with us from our dealerships. So we have Lee Penner from 239, we have Lisa from Creative Kitchens, Kate from the Town and Country, and also Shannon Ackley from United. So it was a very cool experience, not just to see Your Cucina and learn something from what we've seen there, but also to connect with our designers for a full week, doing some plant tours over there, and also traveling through Austria, Italy, and all those things.
Yeah. I suppose my biggest takeaway from it was the experience, as Marcus said, to be able to spend some time with our designers and see some trends and products outside of a manufacturer's eyes. To be able to spend some time, walk the show with our designers, see what gets their interests, what they're looking out for, what they're not looking out for. So that for me was a good experience. I was being able to see things and spend some time with our designers and see things from their eyes, like I say, outside of a manufacturer's eyes. So that was, for me, was a good takeaway.
Yes, of course, being with all our designers was absolutely fabulous, and seeing everything through their eyes, I totally agree. From my mind too, I loved seeing the design, seeing some of the new things that we don't see here. And also, as someone newer into the industry, I loved seeing that Decor is doing some of those things that it's easy to find here in North America, of the trends that are several years away normally in Milan.
Well, thank you.
How was your experience, Paul?
My experience was great because I was here back here holding down the fort. So,
Ha ha ha.
yeah. Yeah. So before we jump into the presentation and stuff, I just want to go over a couple of housekeeping. So you'll notice on the right hand side there's a little chat. If you have any questions, just send them our way. We'll answer them live for you. So as you have questions, just do that. Otherwise than that, Marcos, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you and go ahead and start.
Fantastic. So to start off, we would like to share a little bit about the coloring trends we've seen, and then we're going to be diving into some of the solutions and also materials and all those things we've seen there, right? I'm gonna actually let Bev talk about this thing first, about the coloring we've seen there, the color palettes that are coming up. What do you have to say, Bev?
Picture totally reflects what we were seeing in everything from cabinets to cabinets into furniture and all sorts of things along that line. So I love the colors, lots of soft, like a dusty, almost like a dusty version of the true color.
Yeah. In the next picture, you're going to be able to see exactly what we mean by those colors. Here you can see a good example. Obviously, not all the kitchens are like that, monochromatic with a big earthy kind of reddish tone. But this one is a statement kitchen, and they were sharing exactly what kind of...
We're having
The slide's not changing. So bear with us.
Oh, you guys are not seeing that. Surprise. Can you let me know when is that? Okay. But I'm going to keep talking because I'm this kind of person. So in the picture you will see soon, it's, as I said before, is a statement kitchen, right? So now you are seeing, I hope you are seeing there. So this kind of tone, it's everywhere. You're going to be seeing more pictures here as well. And also a lot of integration with nature. They are trying to bring the nature inside the house, right? So you see a lot of plants and a lot of those things as well. Here, a few more pictures of those tones. You can see some more bold tones like this, some more like present tones, and also a lot of grain matching as well, a lot of wood grain as well, right, to match those things. Here another one that you can see, same color. Also brings some elements of some stone as well in combination. And here we change to the next thing. Who wants to talk about this thing? McPain.
There we go, yeah. So yeah, quite prevalent. We've seen right across the show was the use of what we suppose we call embossed doors. They were quite prevalent nearly on every display we see, and as Marcus touched on, the use of those different textures, you know, from stone to UV lac matte finishes, to the use of your embossed reeded doors. But we've seen them everywhere. Again, we know that use of all those different textures is prevalent now, from 1, 2 to even 3 different textures within a design. But we've seen it nearly right across the board in every design, basically. From vertical to horizontal, to the use of even an embossed drawer at the top, and a UV lacquer door on the bottom. Oh, there you go, right on the next one. So yeah, so the use of the use of those textures. You'll see the embossed doors at the top, the use of stone on the back. I think that would be a stone. And so yeah, that was pretty prevalent right across the board, I would say.
Yeah, we also have seen a lot of different usages, as Mick mentioned, right? Not only on the kitchen, but in other parts of the house as well. Embossed is everywhere, as you can see here. Here have some more embossed materials. Some also in a composite with metal as well. So a lot of those we could see throughout the show there. Here another one. That's one of the things. As the majority of you know, we just launched in our XP event. We just released that. Soon it's going to be available to all of you, some embossed veneers in Zona Vida, right? And when we were developing those things, we believed that those doors would be more an accent door or something like that. But we've seen a lot of full kitchens in those materials, right? Again, not saying that it's something that we would encourage everybody to do, or full kitchens like that, but that's a statement kitchen for sure. Here's some more combination with the embossed material and also the wood grains on top. This picture is very interesting to see because you can see wood, embossed, stone, and also some metal look finishes as well, right? So we have some of those there throughout the show. Here comes something that Bev is very passionate about. Bev, go ahead, Bev.
Well, I love the aluminum doors, so we saw tons. Every display had aluminum doors in it. I love the picture on the right because it's got on the top and bottom aluminum and then some wood in the center. It was really pretty. In fact, this picture probably doesn't even capture how great it looked. And then it was everywhere. And then the other thing that was lighting, aluminum doors and lighting, it just popped the display. There's some more pictures. This is actually a little video, and it's wood slats on a glass door. And I don't know if that video will play, but it was great on that door. And then I think there's another kitchen coming here that is just stunning with all the aluminum and the wood and then the pocket doors. Just a beautiful kitchen.
That was the pocket doors. The pocket doors is also something that we've seen a lot there. And here in this picture specifically, we can see a very good usage of that, right? Sometimes I've seen some people designing displays or even kitchens with pocket doors and putting doors inside the cabinets. And the design concept for this is you don't need to have doors in front of your drawers, right? Because the pocket doors are the doors actually, right? So here you can see a very good combination. Pocket doors were something that we've seen in probably in every single showroom we've passed through, right? Different styles, different manufacturers for the pocket doors, but all over the place in combination with other things, right? Here you can see some more pocket doors. This kitchen has actually a few of those, right? And then we come to the metal accents as well, right? Okay. So do we have a presentation or not? Do we have it still? So please put in the chat. If you see the presentation, say, I'm seeing the presentation. If you don't see the presentation, Marcus, do a better job. Please comment there. You got it back? Okay. Here we have another example of things we've seen there. A lot of metal accents in combination with, obviously, here we can see with embossed material. So that's one of the things, the creative usage of the materials to put in different places, right? So not just doing the traditional boxed kitchen and stuff, but also using different elements to create something unique. More lighting, as Bev was mentioning. You have something else to say about lighting, Bev?
Well, anybody that knows me knows I absolutely love the lighting. I love our lighting. I promote it heavily. It's so sleek and clean, and that's exactly what we were seeing there. This one, I have not seen anything done here where the lighting strip is between the touch cabinets. I think that's what a cool way to add a pop of light to a space. So I absolutely loved that one. And I think Mick saw some lighting too in a couple more displays. Everything.
Yeah, lots of lighting. Like, why wouldn't you use lighting? It's just such a good addition to any cabinetry anywhere in the house. Whether that's puck light or strip lights along the side, you name it. It's a huge addition and just elevates a cabinet from, from here to here in my book. It really does. So yeah, the pocket doors I found interesting actually. They were quite prevalent in so many different displays, from kitchens to office spaces, and I suppose people want to be able to close those doors when the day is over, whether that's their kitchen or the space they're using as an office or a little library. They want to be able to close those doors in the evening and forget about that space and make it disappear, I suppose, and have a bit of a flow to a kitchen and all that kind of stuff. So pocket doors we've seen everywhere. Here, I suppose, more lighting. It's actually, if I remember correctly, we touched on metal accents were everywhere, from shelving to, if I remember correctly, the face frame in this open cabinet was actually a metal color, or a metal face frame color, the same as the doors. So the use of metals were everywhere. And metal open book shelving and thin profiled, so not necessarily any 5/8 or 3/4, but lots of it was thin profiled, like 1/4 inch, 3/8. We've seen quite everywhere. I don't know what it is. We did touch on one there. Did we see the and this one is near and dear to our hearts here at Decor, is the case match edge banding. Is that up on the next slide? but we've seen that everywhere. Love it or hate it, it has so many advantages, whether that's a dark colored door, a light colored door, but we've seen nothing as of door match edge banding, all case match. You can see white rift oak here on the right hand side, with what's maybe similar to our charcoal interior, and our Canadian grey on the left hand side, I suppose, would be a very similar colour, but again, all case match. What else do we see? Metal drawers we've seen everywhere. Like, we didn't see one wooden drawer box anywhere. It was all metal, whether that be Legra, Marivo, or any other description, but it was all metal drawer boxes that we've seen right across pretty much. I don't know. I've seen metal drawer boxes with wooden inserts, which I found interesting. Lots of that, not necessarily the metal inserts, but lots of metal drawers with wooden inserts, which to me was quite interesting, but little to no wooden drawer boxes. So
we had a question about lighting. A couple slides back, you had lighting, Bev, you mentioned between like two cabinets, and so the question was, could you use the square toe kick lighting to do that between the cabinets? And the way the square toe kick is applied, I believe there's like a self-adhesive on the back, so it would be a little bit challenging, but I think it is possible, just not using the application with on the back of the profile. I think maybe if you use like silicone or something, that you could potentially get it done, but it's not that it's impossible, but we'd have to look at the design to help figure out a solution for you, and what's the best way to go about it. So.
And another one maybe I wanted to touch on, myself and Marcus. Marcus maybe seen it quicker than any of the rest of us. We all know handleless is in as a trend, as a style, but we've seen a healthy split between channel handle, I suppose your typical Gola channel handle, and touch latch. You brought that to our attention, actually. In years past, Marcus touched that he's seen, in your last visit you said you touched that you've seen quite a lot of channel handle system. While it was still there this year, definitely, didn't see quite as much. It was probably a 50-50 split between that and touch latch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's very, very interesting to see, because we've seen 2 years ago every single showroom was channel horizontal, channel vertical. At this time, we saw some channel on the vertical cabinets, but not on the horizontal. Sorry, on the horizontal cabinets, but not on the vertical cabinets. Right? A lot of push and latch and those type of things. Different solutions. Even some of the brands using more metal handles, as one of the trends that's coming up a lot. It's a lot of the usage of metal. So we could see a lot of those coming up as well. Yeah.
Storage. I'm the storage queen. I
Yeah,
love
you're the storage queen. You go ahead, Bev. I don't even need to say anything. Just look at Bev.
Yeah.
Bev, you go ahead.
I love storage. So there is so many cool storage ideas. On my phone, I think I have 1,000 pictures of different storage things we saw that we thought were really cool. On this one, it was a pull-out sort of pantry, but I loved how they put sort of the baskets with greenery in front. So it was used it as aesthetically appealing, but it was also very useful. So I absolutely loved that one. This little sort of what we would call maybe a blind corner, cabinet was really cool, how they sort of tucked some more storage in there. The previous one, lots of pullouts and small ones for brooms and all these things that you have to have, but you don't ever want to see. And then the laundry. I love the fold down shelves for the laundry. So I absolutely loved it. This is actually something that we're locking, is the locking pull-out shelf. We are launching it. And it was we saw that in quite a few different displays. So was a very cool thing to see, and loved it.
So the next item here is something that caught our attention there. More and more, we are seeing the cabinets leaving the kitchen and being everywhere in the house, right? You can see cabinets as space dividers or even in different solutions, as we're going to be able to see in the next ones. So for instance, in this one, you can see a cabinet, type of a closet here. Obviously, they have some elements of closets there, right? Some hangers and some stuff like that. But it's made out of boxes, made of cabinet boxes, right? On the right side, you can see also in the living room as well to make some composition there. This next one is making a space. Obviously, here is it's an office space. But we are also seeing some living rooms and some TV stations like that there as well. Here you can see more cabinetry as in the living room for the TV and for home theater and stuff like that. This one I found very interesting, right? So it's a headboard. It's not just a headboard. It's like actually a cabinet on the back that you can store things. So here you can see a closed view of that. And one of the things I found very interesting was this thing over here. So the doors were not all the way up. They left a open space there, so it's kind of half and half. In the left side, you can see it open. In the right side, you can see it closed. So it's obviously, especially in the big city centers, we are seeing a trend of smaller and smaller apartment units and stuff like that. So optimizing your space is very important. Using all the space you have to create some storage opportunities, some storage solutions there, it's very important. So here you can see one of those, right? Here as well as like almost like a side cabinet here, not like in the main kitchen, but something that you can expose some arts there and very open as well.
Lots of lighting too.
Lots of lighting too. See, Bev is a lighting queen. Again, another TV unit here, made out of some open cabinets there. One of the things that I don't think we mentioned here, that we can kind of see here, but we saw a lot of in kitchens there as well, is the play with depth, right? A lot of the kitchens with like cabinets a little bit to the back with something popping up, kind of like this small cabinet in the bottom below the TV there, but in the upper cabinets as well. So a lot of depth playing that with that, and also the lighting comes in play to be able to just give this perspective as well, right? Also here, this was something that I found very interesting there, using cabinets as space dividers, right? Again, sometimes small apartments need some division between spaces, but not putting walls or something like that. Doesn't have to be a wall, right? Could be some cabinets even like those with good lighting, with some open shelving and some glass doors as well. Here we have a dining room set. As you can see in the left side, they have some upper cabinets in the wall, and then in the bottom they put some legs and they turn into a furniture there, right? I don't know if you are able to see in the picture here, but they extended the doors in the sides and the back, creating some sort of like a tray look here, right? Another bedroom here, using the whole storage, create some wardrobes there in small office space. And here, this is, Bev was kind of mad at me. Marcos, that's not the picture I wanted to be there. But just to explain here, you can see a TV set, and if you take the TV and put a sink there, it's exactly like a kitchen, as you can see in the other side, right? So it's this pretty much the same kind of design, but one as a kitchen and another one with a TV and probably in a living room or something like that.
And they all matched, all the three rooms that we saw. The bedroom was the same as the kitchen and the living room, so it was all tone on tone.
Yeah.
So that was very cool to see too.
Yeah, and obviously we have two ways to see that, right? It's obviously a way to help your clients to optimize their space, to create some more storage opportunities, but it's also a way to increase the revenue, right? If we move the projects out of the kitchen and go full house, bedrooms, TV units, and stuff like that, it's incremental revenue you can take from there, right? I think that's the last one. Do you guys have anything else you guys want to add here?
What do I want to add? I suppose, and we all talked about how encouraged we felt from visiting the Eurocucina show in regards to we're either on trend or catching up with the trend when it comes to our embossed doors, our pocket door systems. We all felt quite encouraged that little plug here for Decor Cabinets, must be in sales, that Decor are on trend. We're keeping an eye on these things. There's a reason we go to these shows and have done in the past, is to try and somewhat influence trends, at least to stay ahead of them. Sometimes it can be a hard sell, but nonetheless, it was encouraging to see lots of what we do we seen at the show, or lots of what is upcoming in our latest releases we have seen as part of the show. So that, for me at least, was a huge encouragement. Lots of quirky stuff that we obviously we have opportunities to work on, but lots. I at least was encouraged. We all talked about how encouraged we were with everything we've seen there, and what we're working towards and doing currently, you know. That was my biggest takeaway, I suppose, or one of, at least.
Yeah, I love seeing some of the showrooms. So after Eurocucina, we also went into Milan and we saw a lot of showrooms. So I'm going to give a plug out. One of my favorite ones was Ili Saab's showroom. So some people know him as a fashion designer for people like J-Lo to Haley Seinfeld and everybody. Beautiful, soft dresses, and his showroom really reflected that. And you saw it in everything. He had kitchens, dining room areas, furniture, and closets. You saw so many textures and everything, and it was layered upon layer upon layer of textures. And for me, that was something I loved seeing, and it just kept adding those layers into a room. And I thought, how perfect. You know, you think of that sometimes just in your living room or your bedroom, but you don't think about it as much in the kitchen. And he really took that to that level in the kitchen. So that was one thing that was really a eye-opener for me.
Perfect. So this is my first time seeing some of these pictures and stuff. One thing that I saw going through was the greenery and the nature that was used, the earthy tones, I guess, as well. So can y'all touch on that to see, like, am I missing the mark here, or was there a lot of that as well?
Yeah, a lot of that. Also, a lot of blues and a lot of greens in terms of like material finishes as well. Another thing I think we didn't mention here was the usage of different materials in the kitchen, not just like wood, metal, and stone, but also even leather, suede, and stuff like that being incorporated as some finishes there. We saw a lot of those, bringing especially the leather, right? Bringing a little bit more of the nature, bringing a little bit more of the outside inside. That's a trend that's happening. It's not a new trend, but it's happening in the last 3 or 4 years, bringing more of the nature inside, right? Again, especially big cities, we have little to none parks or trees or something like that, especially if you go to the old cities in Europe and stuff. So bringing more of the greenery inside to becoming part of the life, right? Yeah, that's something very, very important. One of the things Mick just mentioned about the things we are launching and the trends and stuff, and just came to my mind now is we've seen a lot of metal meshes there, right? In different compositions there. Some metal with metal, some with glass as well, inserts all together, but a lot of meshes. And when we were talking about the metal frames for doors, we also seen some very different things there. For instance, melamine core with a metal frame around. That was also very, very interesting to see.
Yeah, we have another question here. So, would some of these trends work with Telora Decor products for traditional spaces as well? Transitional.
I would say so. I think it's not something, again, the trends we've seen there is not something exclusive for Zona Vida or exclusive for European contemporary. I think those are trends, especially the coloring trends. When we talk about colors and stuff, they're going to be everywhere, right? Also, when it comes to integrate more metal, those things, that plays a part on that as well. I think you can use the trends.
The use of the metal definitely could be achieved in a traditional style kitchen. I don't see any reason why not. So yeah, like Marcus said, I don't see it unique to a European contemporary design or Zona Vida in particular, that it could be achieved. Yeah, I don't see any reason why not. Yeah, I mean, obviously not every aspect of what we're seeing, but I would say lots. Yeah.
There is the reeded picture of embossed door that was in a very traditional style island. It had the railing around it, so it would work in a decor kitchen for sure.
Nice. So both Mick and Bev, this was y'all's first time there, and Marcos, this was your second time there. I guess a question for y'all would be, what was something that going into your cucina, what like jumped out, like, oh, I didn't expect to see that here, or something that really jumped out at you?
Put me on the spot now.
You have the mic.
Yes, I do. Yeah. I suppose I'm going to lean back into at how much I was impressed that we're on trend. So I suppose I expected to go to, we always hear about these European trends, and they're so far advanced from us. Like, and we, laugh and joke, we won't see those trends for another 10 years or so. So I suppose I went there expecting to be blown out of the water with all these different amazing trends, and don't get me wrong, displays were stunning, but I was encouraged, I suppose is the word, to see how much we're keeping up with the trends. So I suppose that answers your question, or doesn't maybe, but I was expecting for us to be maybe further behind than what we were seeing in Milan. But I feel we weren't that far behind. If I would even use the word behind at all. So that was my biggest, I suppose what I was expecting was to be blown out of the water. That I'm maybe coming away going, oh yeah, we have a lot of work to do to catch up with these trends, like a lot of work. But in fact, we don't. We're right there nipping on their heels as such. So that was me for my first time, I suppose. I keep leaning back into how I feel we're keeping up. We're doing well with these European trends. Yeah. So that was mine, I suppose. Yeah.
From my end, I think one of the things that I loved is seeing all the people and the energy, and you could tell people were so passionate about the industry there. They loved seeing everything. The showrooms, were crowded. You had to sign up to get in and line up. Like, there is just so much to see, and everybody was wanting to see everything. One of the things, if we go back to the color that I saw, it was also in appliances. So that sort of earthy, I don't know, I call it dusty sort of finish to it. We saw it in appliances and the SMEG display and all of that. So all of that I thought was really neat. It was everywhere, touched every corner. Same with the textiles. And again, I was really pleasantly surprised too about how forward thinking that we are with, especially with our Zona Vida line. So it's cool.
Perfect. Marcos, did you have anything to add?
So going to Milan, it's always a fantastic experience, right? Milan is a city that lives and breathes design, fashion, trends, all the good of those things, right? So one of the things it's very important to mention, as Bev mentioned before, we went to a kitchen showroom that was owned by a fashion designer So we can see all those things correlated there, right? So it's very cohesive in that sense. So it's always, I'm always expecting to be mesmerized with something when I get there. In terms of kitchens, specifically focus on kitchens there. I was expecting obviously to see way more channel, and then I got there. Wow, that was a surprise. Less channel than I expected. More and more handles coming back to even to European design, not just to the traditional design we have here or the transitional, right? So that was something that I was not expecting to see happening there. And another thing that I found was very cool, more and more, I mean, that's a global trend, right? It's not a local trend, but more and more we see the usage of technology everywhere. So even from seeing countertops, electrified countertops that you can put your appliances on top with no wiring and just make it run just because the countertop is electrical. That was one of the things. Another thing that I found very, very interesting, especially when you're trying to optimize space, is sliding countertops. So you have a countertop here, and then you need to create some sort of like an island for people to have like a breakfast or something. You just slide, and they move around and stuff like that. So I think those are the two main trends I've seen there. But yeah, and again, just echoing what Mick just said, it was very cool to see, okay, the things we are launching here, the new colors, the new materials, the new embossed materials are all coming up there as well. So we are kind of in the same level, right? Obviously, we understand we serve a different market, and the trends here are not exactly the same trends there. And we are not trying to be European here, right? We are trying to be who we are. We're trying to be the core and serve you guys in the best way possible.
Perfect. Well, looking at the time here, that's probably it for all the questions and stuff. So thank you for your time. Thank you, Bev and Mick and Marcos, for joining us this morning and as we explore your cucino.
Before you finish, can I put a challenge here?
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Turn the camera to me. Yes, I need to look to the camera. Zoom in. All right. So the next Euro Cucina is in 2 years from now. I'm here inviting you to join us at next Euro Cucina. Meaning, get ready, think about your schedules, and let's go with us. Let's see what we have there. Let's see what we've seen there. I can assure you you're gonna get inspired the same way we were. Challenge, it's set now.
All right. Thank you for that challenge there. Yeah. So next June 25th is going to be our next Academy Now webinar. But I also want to highlight our Academy XP event in October. We still have spots left, so if you're thinking about coming out, you'll want to sign up for that. And then we have just a couple spots left for the Core Tracks by Academy, which we have in August and November. So if you're thinking about those, sign up, and if you have any questions, you can reach out to me, or you can reach out to your dealer development specialist, and we'll be able to answer those for you. Until next time, y'all have a good day. Take care.